Hi, Professor. This is Prashanti Almanchli. I would like to start with my project as I have selected my project as Solaris operating system. And yeah, let me share my screen. So I'm just turning my video for a while because of the unstable network. And yeah, I'd like to continue. Yeah, first thing, so I have chosen the Solaris because, I have worked in India on this project, so I would like to choose this project. And yeah, as we all know, the Solaris is what exactly is meant by Solaris? Solaris is nothing but it's a Unix operating system. Yeah, and it is owned by it is owned by a Unix OS company. And yeah, it works extensively and remains in database platforms and applications. And Solaris was created by Sun Microsystems, and after Sun's acquisition in earlier 2010, it is owned by Oracle Corporation. And Solaris offers, a different enhanced safety measures, and it is very useful for the computer programs. Uh, and yeah, for example, like computer issues may be avoided via so-called, automatic self-healing. And this is very useful for the computer programs. And yeah, the recovery is a component of Solaris operating system that sets the default file systems. And designers may use Solaris, designers may use Solaris to test new software and mix applications effectively. And next, what is the brief history of this? Solaris refers to a proprietary and Unix operating system that was initially developed by the Sun Microsystem. In June 2005, Sun Microsystem released most of the code base under the license of CDDL. And 2011, Solaris 11 kernel speed to BitTorrent through the help of Oracle skill system composed with the partners of industries. And they had effectively, gained access to developing code of Salaries code. And the next one is Solaris was started under the proprietary development model. And also, Solaris 11 in 2011, Solaris 11 kernel speeded to BitTorrent through industries that had effectively gained access of developing the code of Solaris code. And it was the only source used as an open source component of Solaris 11. And yeah, AT&T and nowadays like AT&T and Sun Microsystems worked together to ensure that they put together the most excellent version of the Unix to the operating systems. Yeah, in 1991, the Sun Microsystem has changed its existing Unix operating system and replaced it with SVR4, named Solaris 2. The Solaris comprises various new advances that consists of ONC. ONC is nothing but open network computing. And the functionality and the graphic, it's a functionality and a graphical of open windows that uses interfaces and Solaris to design for symmetric multiprocessing. And I would like to talk about the evolution of the Solaris. The evolution of Solaris portrays the potential that Sun Microsystem has in cutting the superiority of the figuring word, without unavoidably being behind touch with the current figuring situation. The current version of Solaris is experienced regularly and it is incorporated with the latest growth of technology. And yeah, this is the brief history of the Solaris Unix system, operating system. And the next slide would be, design goals. What are the design goals? The majority of the products of, Solaris have not had a visual refresh for the last decade. And the demographics users change along with the expectations of the users. And then the benefit experience is to have consistent messages in all of the products. Solaris' 10 releases were described a landmark release for the sun. And the product line is considered massive and with some touch points deemed simple while making the updates that are not enough to differentiate it from other Oracle products. Mainly, Solaris aims to create a new brand, unify the visual languages, and extend the organization standards. The benefit experience is to have consistent messages in all the products. And not only that, there are 6 designs of Solaris 10 network architecture compasses. The first one would be the scalability. And the scalability is nothing but, it has various CPUs in the machines that keep growing. And scalability brings fundamental importance to the Sun Spark based on multiprocessor system and provides AMD systems. The second is the packet processing cost. This is mainly the server that entitles more, more of a gigabyte in every second of traffic network in 1500 byte packets. And the maximum transfer of the size of the unit is considered to be 1500 bytes. So that thus making the cost of the packet, packet processing play an essential role in making the actual decision on how to, compute the power through the use of the processing network. Third is the cost to set up connection. It is nothing but, most of the association servers are believed to continue growing, making more devices connected to the internet. And the next one would be the observability. It is nothing but other than the performance and the scalability, users require to be more observable, which helps them determine in leading causes of the challenges. And yeah, next, I'd like to move to the next one. Yeah, that will be the memory management. Memory management, it is nothing but, Solaris is gives various commands that are believed to be essential in observing memory uses at the system level. And the system level. In Solaris 8, the free memory shows how VM Smart produces the free list and the caches list. Every entity within the system is achieved using the remains of that particular object. The VM system is considered a significant aspect used in operating the systems and managing the main memory of the system as well. Mainly, the VM system keeps the rapidly applied portions in the physical memory and the lesser used pieces upon slowing the subcoordinate storage. The VM arrangement uses fewer storing media, in storage data that does not, fit in the schema's physical memory too. And not only that, mainly the VM system keeps the rapidly applied portions in the physical memory and the lesser, used pieces upon slowing the subordinate storage. The VM arrangement is thought a humble linear range of the remittance, usually known for lecturing the space. Every page is, is characterized by conferring two various scenario sections in the space, which current the executable mapping that heap space that shade, equal size of the virtual memory. And the main thing is managing the hardware memory helps managing the plotting of the page sized symmetries that uses the computer generated memory. The schema of virtual reminiscence is used in a layered, and it is used in a layered and segmental fashion. The platform depends on the portions which are used in the hardware in addressing the translation of the layers. Yeah, this is all about the memory management. And next, moving to the processor management. Processor management. The process is it is nothing but is a fundamental abstractions of Unix, and under the Unix approach, the objects are presented either by using files or through the help of the process. The process can be any task with the space address that executes its code, and it is believed to have a unique UID. Every process will have a unique UID so that it executes in the memory. So unique ID, what does it do? What exactly the functionality of the unique ID is? If we are trying to figure out anything, each and everything should will have a unique ID so that we can fix the problem very quickly. And also the particular process, this leads to the introduction of the other process known as the child process. Any process that is used in creating children processes is known, named as the parent process. The generation of the various processes from the existing process is commonly known as the forking. And the the majority of the process in the system are generated through the use of fork laws systems. If the parent enables the continuation of the performance to happen, it is regularly checked to complete the process of the child's function too. Managing process entitles monitoring the techniques, using the available resources, finding the process of the parent, which we generated by child process, assigning the priorities for the operations, scheduling the procedures and the processes, and the, terminating the processes too. And, and also managing the process has to turn out to be effective in various surroundings in the Solaris. The managing process entitles monitoring of the parent, which was generated by the child process too. And we have in this a state of a process. It is nothing but the process is required to go through the various changes during its lifetime. Every process will have various steps so that it executes in the proper way. For instance, if parents wait for its operation of the child to complete its execution, the parent process is necessary to put itself sleep state, so that the parent put itself to sleep states. This kind of charge transfer from one state onto the another is commonly known as frameworking switching. And the next one is the device management. Device management is nothing but it is as the system administrator you're expected to be able to add devices to your system. That is nothing but the device management. We should be able to manage our devices that are there in our system. This depends on the computer roles, either a standalone system or a network where various peripherals are required. And also this includes the type of drivers used for system backups, traditional network cards, adapters of videos, and the modems too. Mainly device drivers are described as a small program whose role is to enable Solaris and hardware to communicate it effectively. Drivers can either be built with the installed Solaris or with the installed floppy disk. Those are also disks. No device can effectively function well without having any appropriate driver. Without having driver, we cannot give a function. Thus, the particular drive must be written and it is notable by the Solaris. And also, the despite the kind of devices we are using, we are trying to install, we need to have other components which enables the devices to work effectively with the Solaris. The next one is the file management. The file management, the management class explains the files that have a backup. It shows how long such files should be kept and the various versions of the files the server should use. And in this, the administrator of the server selects the default of the management classes. Here, we can effectively assign the management class for filling up group that takes place through the system in the given options of the files. The file system's actions will take data to keep the medium used in the larger body of data, without telling the data stops in the next move. Dividing the data into pieces as well as providing every detail make data easily isolate and get identified. There are various kinds of file systems. Every system is believed to have multiple structures and logics, making it flexible and secure. Some of the filing systems are designed to be used in specific applications. For instance, like file system of IS, that is nothing but 9660, were intended to be used for particular optical devices. And the file system is used in various types of storing devices, which uses a different kind of media. And also the type of media that is applied includes the SSDs and optical disks. Some of the filling systems are used in the local storage of data devices, which which helps provide file easily accessed through a network protocol. And then the next one would be the security management. Security management. This is the very security is important to each and every system. Everything needs a security. So this is the main aspect that we consider when we come to the Solaris. It is commonly known to its scalability, making it difficult to handle heavy workloads effectively. And also it uses its capability of advanced security to automate the recovery of disasters. And it comes with the high code processor that is used to manage the various threads simultaneously. Yeah, it operates in a smooth way across the databases in the system and applications. And the availability of fixes in the SIU entails all the spots and that covered the previous one. So as security is used foremost in our minds. Without the measures of protection, this means that the system will be considered vulnerable in the denial of service attacks. We'll have various types of service attacks, which may lead, which may cause a threat to the system, and it will have all the stolen data or the deleted data. When we can recover the data, basically, that is what the last one. And it also the clusters secure their location, so one can take measures that will be used in the operating system and minimize the security threats. Security threats are nothing but denial of service attacks, man in the middle attack. So these are comes under the security attacks or threats. And next one will be the user interfaces. User interface is not user interface is nothing but how it interacts with the user. That is the user interface. In user interface we have three types of interfaces. We say that is one is a graphical user interface, and the next one is common desktop environment, and the next one will be the GNOME desktop. It's not GNOME desktop. In the graphical user interface, the graphical interface uses in the graphical user interface, the user uses graphics with the keyboard and the mouse, which helps in providing them easy and use of the interface of the available programs. The graphic user interface offers a window as well. In addition to it, it provides a menu of pull-down iconic pictures together with other incomes, which enable the mouse to have an easy interaction with the application operating system. And the common desktop environment is nothing but it offers windows, workspace, control menus, and front panel that helps one organize and manage your work. One can use this common desktop environment in organization, uh, in the organization to the fields, the directories, and the sending of the emails, accessing files, and continuing the operating systems too. And the next one is GNOME desktop. It's nothing but it is a set of the computer that offers desktop applications like GNOME desktop, kernel applications, and the tools that are used to customize your working environment, and it manages our system tools too. And yeah, it is considered helpful, and as it is used in providing an application set that includes the word processor, the spreadsheet programs, the database manager, the presentation tool, and the programs that we use while sending the emails. And the history of the Unix system as a system manager, where they originated from, how they were created, and where that today. And understanding the different Unix versions and their history shows why Unix was regarded as extremely unfriendly. For example, a small business with great marketing interface did not create Unix. In other words, Microsoft Windows did not follow the route of the development. That is where the Solaris has came into the picture. And the next one is, what are companies currently involved in this line of business? When a group of people join together to form a company, they participate in and conduct a business, including commercial and industrial activity. A firm business line often, decides what business structure it uses. For example, a partnership, a ownership, or a company or a business structure it uses. When it comes to a company's most basic description, it is described as an artificial, person. It exists as a distinct entity from the person who owns or manages and promotes its activities. Next one is that the legal rights and duties of a business are in many ways similar to those of a person. Uh, and these are all of capable of entering into contracts and suing. But one may also borrow money, pay taxes or pay properties and hire employees. The establishment of a business has numerous advantages, including overall revenue, a strong connection between the labor, creativity, and the adaptability. And And the last and the next one, future direction, how it is going to, give us in the future, what are we going to get it is what the future direction is meant. There are the Oracle's official support for the Solaris will continue to exist until at least 2034, which assures the customers of a long-lived future. The performance of Solaris has led various years that has shown to the slowing down of the famous law of Morris. The upcoming generation of the 86 CPUs will show a little performance of the gains on every code basis. The larger payments are coming with physical larger CPUs that require to have a more core operating system. On the other hand, the search processors generate incredible performance too. And the larger payments are coming with the physical larger CPUs that require to have a more core operating system. Although it helps to and also it helps accelerate the overload of workload of the database and data encryption and the more advanced of technologies that really promote better managing of the memory of the on the Oracle of CPU, CU, it's a commonly known as software in the silicon of the CPU named as the chip of the software. Although there are some differences between the two approaches, there are two types of technologies that can significantly improve the performance of the accelerated workloads. And also recently there have been more rumors concerning the spread of the Solaris, where people have been claiming that it is coming to an end while others believe it is dead. Other rumors have been saying that Spark SPARC is it's over and and its creators are abandoning this particular technology. The majority of the references from the website describe this as an anonymous rumor site that was meant for corporate layoffs. The same site has also been used as drums concerning the Lenovo purchasing of the technology or the Apple company and the Oracle being used to generate deals that they use hardware in their organization. All the rumors that people have come across are believed not to have verifiable sources too. However, despite the cut price, there is still a large group of people working on the hardware of Solaris and Oracle. There are also rumors where servers were cancelled a month after the words have they have supportedly rejected projects that uses the servers and not released by the Oracle. And yeah, the last I would like to conclude Solaris works extensively and remains in the database platforms and applications. Solaris it offers different enhanced safety measures, and designers may use Solaris to test new software and mix application loads effectively, and to allow Solaris to operate to the other system. Solaris was started as a software of proprietary, and the evaluation of Solaris portrays the potential that some microsystem has in cutting the superiority of the figuring world without unavoidably behind touch with the current figuring situation. Solaris support the open window and provide the backward potentiality of the Sunny application from the Sun's older desktop too. The new developing in the desktop environment is based on the motif look. It makes one feel old, mainly considered a legacy in unified CD of Unix desktop across various vendors of an open system. The product line is considered and with some touch points deemed simply while making the updates that aren't enough to differentiate it other from the Oracle product. And also the Oracle officials, the support for the Solaris will continue to exist until at least 2034, which assures the customers for a long-lived future. And the next slide will be the references from where I have picked up the content. So these I have used Adams J. It says the performance implications of memory affinity on file system caches. And the next one, Avara operating system. The next one is Bradium. It is 2020. It needs to, and these are all the references that I have used. And there are many references though that I have kept in the Word. And that's all, Professor. I hope you like my project and have a good day. Thank you. Take care.